Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
And I am Tayo Salam. All right.
All right. The defending champions, Algeria, they are out of the Africa Cup of Nations. The country that they sent home in 2019 at the quarterfinal stage was responsible for their exit. So Cote d'Ivoire dethroning Algeria.
That's it. So the 2021 AFCON is going to produce a new champion. We'll see how it pans out at the end of the competition. Also on the program, it's going to be a battle or clash of the Eagles. That's when Tunisia take on the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the round of 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations.
All right, the clash of the Eagles. We can't wait for that on Sunday. Also on the program, Diego Jota was responsible for Liverpool to reach the final of the EFL Cup, where they will be facing Chelsea at Wembley. And of course, they will be bidding to win the title for a record 9 times. All right, let's get into the Africa Cup of Nations right away.
You're welcome back to Channel Sports This Morning. You can be a part of the program. You can talk to us on Sport This Morning at channelstv.com. Send your mail. Or you can also reach us on Twitter, channels_sports. Let us know what you think about the round of 16 matchup between Nigeria and Tunisia, as the clash of the Eagles in the last 16 match is going to be on Sunday in Garoua, where Nigeria has played all our group stage matches. Also, talk to us about Algeria, defending champions, are no longer in the competition. They're out after losing to Cote d'Ivoire by 3-1 in their final group game. Let us know what you think about everything going down at the AFCON. There you go. You can send your mail to us at Sport This Morning at channelstv.com, as well as channels_sports. We will try to take all your messages before the show is over. Of course, there's also the little matter of the Carabao Cup. Liverpool are through to the final, where they're going to be taking on Chelsea. That was after Diego Jota scored twice to help them to a 2-0 win over Arsenal in the second leg semi-final clash played at the Emirates just last night. So that's it. You guys can be a part of the show, and we will be taking your messages before the show is over. We're not 3 in the studio now. Joining me and Cecilia is Jide Olaniro, sports analyst, sport journalist, is going to be helping us go through everything that has gone down at the AFCON in the past week. Yep. Jide, good morning. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Taya. Good morning. Cecilia, good morning.
Good morning. The Eagles are flying.
Yeah, all right, flying.
So that's all right, guys, let's go straight into the final fixtures for the group stage. That was yesterday, and we have all the results for you. Of course, the biggest news coming out of Cameroon is that the defending champions are out. That's Algeria, the Desert Foxes. They lost against Cote d'Ivoire by 3-1, and because of that result, they will no longer be a part of this competition. It's ended up being a very, very disastrous title defense for Algeria. That's a confirmation of the score lines in Group E. Cote d'Ivoire 3-1 over Algeria, while Sierra Leone, unfortunately, had a chance to go into the next round if they had scored their penalty, but it wasn't meant to be. K. Kamara missing from the sport, and that's how Equatorial Guinea held on for 1-0 win. Equatorial Guinea advancing into the next round of the competition.
All right, of course, we'll not be doing all the talking alone. We will be going to Cameroon. Some North Africa journalists will be joining us to actually lay emphasis on what happened to a team like Algeria and also Tunisia. Yes, they're through into the knockout stage. But then, being beaten by a country who is making their debut, the lowest ranked team in Africa, Gambia, that's the whole story. But we'll be having, joining us this program, joining us this morning. Yes, Ami will be joining us via Zoom from Cameroon. Ami, our family happens to be Nigerian, also Egyptian. Yeah, Ami represents both sides. So, Ami, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Good morning. I'm happy to be with you.
All right, I mean, you've been in Cameroon monitoring what's going on. For Algeria, did you see that coming? Defending champions are out of the Nations Cup.
Well, actually, if you look at the last match day in the World Cup qualification in Africa, when they drew at home with Burkina Faso, it seems that they had some problems. And I think maybe because Coach Jamal Belmadi wanted to keep all the starting lineup that he used at winning AFCON 3 years ago in Egypt. And that was a big problem for them because he only made one replacement from that team. He changed Adlan Gadura in the center of midfield and placed Zarougi. So only one change over 3 years. That the team needed fresh blood, needed new ambitions, needed a wider selection pool. So it was really difficult to keep the team going 3 years straight. Also, I think losing to Equatorial Guinea in match day 2 made a crisis of confidence in the Algerian team. Because at that time they lost the winning streak or the unbeaten run that they have gone through 35 games without losing any game, and then they finally lost against Equatorial Guinea, so that made them lose a little bit of confidence, made them under huge pressure, being the title holders and struggling to get any win at AFCON. So it was somehow understandable that they may be suffering against Cote d'Ivoire, but not by this scoreline. 3-1 is a lot, to be honest.
Interesting. I mean, but they won the Arab Cup. People saw that, and they were thinking, okay, this is the Algerians that are coming into AFCON after winning the Arab Cup. So we thought that momentum is what they're going to be bringing in. So what happened between the Arab Cup winning and also a team that came to the Nations Cup, even more like the team who played the Arab Cup, more like the B team of the country, right? But then you have Riyad Mahrez, the top stars, coming in to join the players who won the Arab Cup. But at the end of the day, they were just flat out all through the tournament, not winning a game.
Well, actually, Africa is very different from what was going on at the Arab Cup. I mean, the level of the competition is much higher here in Cameroon. The desires of everyone to win. Many teams, including my home team, my nation, Egypt, treated the Arab Cup as a preparational tournament to the AFCON. So it wasn't as serious as the AFCON itself. And I think maybe winning the Arab Cup for Algeria proved to be tricky because it gave them higher confidence, higher self-belief, and then at the end they were shocked by the improvement of. I don't want to say that, but lower African sides like Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone, and now they are not. They are not as bad as everybody thought. No, they are very good teams. They are improving. They made excellent progress over the past few years. And it was very tricky for Algeria to win the Arab Cup, actually.
Yeah. Indeed. Fami, stay with us. We're going to come back to you in a bit. Jide,
yep.
Algeria's title defense has ended up being a cataclysmic failure. No one saw it coming.
Went into smoke.
Wow.
Just
one goal scored, bottom of the group.
Exactly.
I mean, what do you think was the major problem that they had? I haven't seen them over 3 games.
I think one of the things was that I saw that it's very difficult to keep players for that long, really. You know, the same players, really, because I understand it happens at some point, especially major coaches have problems, especially when you have a team that you so much believe in and you believe that all you just need is to wake up or to be there, to be on the pitch. As long as you set your team this way, you have your top guys, Mahrez, Slimani, Bejani, all those great guys, you know, you just set them up and you're good to go. And I feel that the team, because I was trying to having a conversation with some journalists around that area, and they said, I think there are some guys who shouldn't be in that team, but just because they've been part of the team from 2019, when they won it, the coach Jamel felt that they should be part of that team now. And that again, they were playing regularly. I think it wasn't competitive enough. I think that team wasn't really competitive. Nobody, some people were so sure of their starting shirt. So
things gone stale.
Exactly. So the reality check, Sierra Leone gave it to them. Not the one they faced at the Arab Cup, which is a different ball game when you come to the continent. So the first reality check, and that's one thing you need to do. I even thought that the draw could help them. At least it wasn't a loss. Right, their first game, that was the first game against Sierra Leone, but unfortunately, it was too late. Equatorial Guinea showed that it was too late when by the time they lost to Equatorial Guinea.
All right, so this is what Jamel Belmadi has to say following Algeria's outstar at the AFCON in Cameroon. It's simply a failure. It's not missing any words right there. That's what it is. It's difficult to make a rational analysis on the sport. We were keen to catch up on this match after a difficult start, but the big problem, we did not manage to materialize our chances. They created so many chances.
Exactly. They were second to Nigeria in terms of creating chances.
There you go. So where are the goals?
And look at the difference.
In terms of
one had a 100% record.
Yeah.
The second was just had to go home just 1 point. That's very, very outrageous. You know, it's absurd. Defending champion managing just a point and 1 goal. And
he goes on to say that. Even the penalties did not enter, right?
Everything didn't work. That's what happens because everything just didn't work out well. And I think it was for me, that Equatorial Guinea, I knew it was going to be very difficult for them because you look at the way you had it very good. If you can pick your maximum point against Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea, you knew that Cote d'Ivoire was going to be very, very tricky. And it's going to be very difficult.
They had a chance to win the two
games
on
6 points,
paper, which you could say were the easier ones on paper, but they flopped their lines. Just to wrap up what Belmadi is saying, he ends up by saying the doubt sets in and we never managed to come into this competition. That's just at the end of it. That's the coach right there. I was on a fantastic job. Remember, for Algeria won them the title for the first time since Algiers 1990. In Egypt just a few years ago. But it's not meant to be for them this time around. You recall what happened in Algiers as well too. The next competition that they went to 1992,
they crashed out in the first round.
They hosted in 1990, Algiers 90. They won as the host. They couldn't exactly crashed out in Senegal. That was in 1992. So, and it's not like that. If we were to go by the record, I think most times it happens to is either the champions don't make it past the group stage or they don't qualify at all.
Anyways, so too bad. It's the end of the road for Tunisia. That means there's going to be a new champion at the AFCON. All right, guys, we still got Fami with us from Garoua, Cameroon. So it's going to be helping us go through the rest of this AFCON segment. Let's quickly go. I already mentioned that Sierra Leone had a chance to qualify for the last 16 as well. But K. Kamara missed that late penalty, and that's how they bow out of the competition. Let's go to Group F, where it was pretty straightforward. Mali easing past Mauritania to claim top spot. Masaido Haidara scored early in the game to send Mali, put them in a very comfortable position. Game ended 2-0. Haidara's goal actually is the fastest goal of the tournament, netted after 92 seconds. And the other matchup ended 1-0 in favor of the Gambia over Tunisia. Fami, let's come back to you now. What a game we saw yesterday night between the Gambia, the debutants, the lowest ranked team left in this competition against almighty Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. And what a stunner it was at the end of it to win that game, coming from substitute Abil Jallo.
For speaking about the game, we have to cheer up for Coach Tom Sanfetti. He has done a great job with the Scorpions so far, reaching 7 points on level with Mali, but second to them on goal difference. So I think this guy has done an excellent job. Being the debutants in the competition and also reaching this level is really outstanding. Regarding Tunisia, actually, they have been struck with lots of COVID positive cases in their camp.
Yeah.
They also had some problems with finishing. You know, missing 3 penalties over 3 games is something that worries a lot the coach Monder Likpayer, because even 3 players, and they were 3 of the most experienced players who missed the penalties, including Wahbi El Khazri, who's the main star of the team playing his football in France.
Yeah.
So I think Tunisia have some problems. Also, the media in Tunisia are putting Coach Monder Lekbair under heavy pressure. They are not convinced with him, even though it doesn't look out his own responsibility to score the penalties. I mean, if the penalties were scored, it would have been totally different outcome. So there is some kind of lack in football, and we have to admit this. But anyway, Tunisia hasn't been very convincing in this AFCON so far. I think they will be coming today to Garwa, and the game against the Super Eagles will be hugely difficult for them, as Nigeria was one of the most convincing team, if not the most convincing team in this tournament so far, collecting maximum points in the group stage, outstaging every opponent, overwhelming Egypt, my country, in the first match day. So I think it will be a massive mission for Tunisia to beat the odds against Nigeria.
Interesting. Obviously, Tunisia will definitely maybe get a lot of goals in that one. All right.
Which one?
I mean, the opposite way. I mean, get a lot of goals
gotta be clear.
the opposite way. But let's just take a look at the standings of how it all ended in that group, where having Gambia qualifying, making their debut, also qualifying for the round of 16. Now, the way it ended in Group F was Mali finished top, followed by Gambia, and of course Tunisia finishing third, and that's why they will be facing Nigeria on Sunday. Now, you mentioned Tunisia and Nigeria. Let's just quickly go to that one. For the Tunisian team, losing to Gambia was a stunner for everyone. Nobody expected them to lose to a team like Gambia. And then they're now meeting the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As you mentioned, 100% record at the group stage. They're yet to lose a game, of course. But then they have a coach who was with them in 2006, who also won all group matches for them. They went ahead to reach the semi-finals. How do you see this game? How is it going to be? Because it's a battle of the Eagles right here.
Well, actually, I really like the way Austin Eguavon is taking Nigeria through this AFCON, and I think it proves once again that African coaches are doing a better job than European coaches, and they hope the Super Eagles stick with him in the World Cup playoffs instead of hiring any European coach. And actually, Nigeria showed that they really have a strong squad, even when they rested like 7 or 8 players against Guinea-Bissau in their last group game. They were fantastic. They dominated the game from start to finish. They collected maximum points, just conceded 1 goal, and it was from a penalty against Sudan. So the wingers, look at the wingers. Simon Moses, everyone talks about him now here at the AFCON. He is having a great tournament. Same as Chukwueze. They have a really, really strong team. And I think the concentration is key to Nigeria. There are very positive vibes in the camp, and they look concentrated. The main problem with Nigerian football over the past few years was concentration. They started the tournament very well, like in Egypt in 2019. They started with 2 wins, and then they lost to Madagascar suddenly. This time they look very concentrated. They won the title, and I think they are real contenders, and they will give Tunisia a strong fight.
All right, Fami, just hang on for a second. We need to go on a very short break. We'll come back. We're going to be putting you on the sports. We're going to be letting us know your quarterfinalist. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back to Channel Sports this morning. Let's take a look at the round of 16 fixtures now. It's all set up nicely for fantastic and amazing football over the weekend. Let's take a look at the round of 16 fixtures now for you. Burkina Faso will take on Gabon. There's Nigeria versus Tunisia. There's also Guinea taking on the Gambia debutant, lowest ranked team in the tournament. We also have Cameroon, the host nation, versus Comoros. Comoros, what a story. Debutants And also going on into the round of 16. Senegal will take on Cape Verde, Morocco versus Malawi, the Flames. They'll be taking on the Atlas Lions. And Cote d'Ivoire versus Egypt looks like the toughest matchup in the round of 16, while Mali will trade tackles against Equatorial Guinea. So before we let you go, Fami, I'm going to put you on the spot. At the end of the round of 16 fixtures, what are the teams that are going to be in the quarterfinals?
Well, it looks very difficult to predict in this AFCON, you know. Lower ranked teams have been. Yeah, okay. So Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire is the match that everyone wants to look forward to. But reality says Cote d'Ivoire, but history says Egypt. But and you can never know how it will go. So it's 50-50 for me. But of course, I hope Egypt. But to be honest, Mo Salah didn't find his best form yet with the national team. So I think Cote d'Ivoire have a little bit of advantage in this game. Of course, Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal, Mali, these 4 teams have it all to go. Morocco has also been very convincing so far, so I think they should do it past Malawi. So I think it will be more or less logical in this round of 16, but maybe Egypt Cote d'Ivoire is the match to watch, of course, as you just said.
All right, fingers crossed. I will say it pounds out. Fami, many thanks for joining us on the program. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, I can get you on the game before the AFCON is over.
Sure, it will be my pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers. All right, talking about the biggest matchup of the AFCON, the round of 16, that is, it's going to be between Cote d'Ivoire and Egypt. Let's get the pre-game thoughts now coming from the Ivorian coach. He's been talking ahead of that game against the Pharaohs.
Tonight, my feeling was all the strikers, even the midfielders like Frank, they were determined. They were determined to kill the game, to score. So it's where I'm very proud, very happy. And tomorrow we have to still continue to work on this way. As I said, if we want to go far in this competition, we have to be determined. We have to be a killer.
Got to be a killer, not literally. It's just about the mentality, right? Let's put you on the spot as well to what the teams that are going to remain standing after the round of 16. Yeah.
Well,
it's a straightforward question.
That's great.
No time. Don't try to maneuver your way out of this.
I think Burkina Faso, of course, the first game, Burkina Faso, Gabon it's going to be another interesting game. I fancy the chances of Burkina Faso going ahead of Gabon in that particular one.
Nigeria, Tunisia?
Well, what do you expect me to do?
What do you expect me to
next
say?
one.
Guidance.
Nigeria, we definitely we should get that one.
Okay.
Of course, Guinea, Gambia is going to be. Gambia has shown that at times I just want to sit on the fence. They've shown how not to be in a hurry to predict some of this or underestimate some. Yeah, that's the word. Underestimate some of these guys, but. For me, I think Guinea might hedge it with experience for me. And Cameroon, maybe the Cinderella run should be over.
Sure.
It will definitely come to an end at some point. And they don't look like they will do anything. They don't look like a team that will shock Cameroon at home. With the way the Cameroonians are rooting for their Senegal, Cape Verde. I know Cape Verde so well because they came to Lagos here and they did what they needed to do. We were just lucky. Against Senegal. Senegal really too has not been,
they haven't been impressive.
Just one goal. They've been playing. Just one goal, and that's cost your Sadio Mane.
On the penalty spot.
Yeah, spot. So I don't know when the goals will come, but if they continue that way, I'm surprised. I'm sorry, they might be thrown out of the competition, but. It's in my hand in a penalty shootout. And maybe Senegal will triumph.
Senegal still.
All right. Morocco Malawi, another quite interesting one. Malawi has shown a team that is compact. They are grinding the result out and wow. But Morocco Yeah, they've got some marquee players. It's Galacticos. You have referred to them in terms of their setup. And I want to give Morocco that. They will together. Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, 50-50.
Wow.
But for the sake of the fact that I want Mo Salah to go back quickly to his club, maybe Cote d'Ivoire will get it.
All right.
You got it.
Okay.
And last but not the least
We have
is
a
Mali
Liverpool fan
and
here.
Equatorial Guinea.
Mali versus Equatorial Guinea. Yeah.
Mali.
I think Mali should
Get that job.
job.
All right, guys, I will see. It pans out.
stuff.
Me and Cecilia will stay out of this.
Of course.
We'll see you
You guys want to be fences, right?
No, we just stay out.
Stay out.
We're
Just
the
stuff.
Wait, exactly. You're the analyst. We're not analyzing this shit.
Because you know how it will end, so there's no
All right,
point.
guys, we're about to
Okay.
close the... okay, we're not closing the AFCON segment just yet. Let's go to the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Cecilia, what's popping there?
Yeah, they're in the round of 16, of course.
Yeah,
as
we know
usual, so much money coming in for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And according to NFF President Manji Pinnick and some other, the federal government delegation,
They had a special
visit,
outing
with the Super Eagles yesterday. Of course, it was all about talking money, how much they will receive, and just being patriotic. Let's listen to one of the delegates, the CBN governor, Emefiele.
For the round of 16 again, Kakowit has asked me to deliver a message that for every winning goal, you will earn for yourself as a team Naira equivalent of $50,000. So you can see that as a result of the excitement being shown, the fact that you are making Nigerians happy, that the ante is being raised. I'm sure you all know, football, amongst all games for Nigeria, is a unifying game. It is a game that brings brothers and sisters, north, south, east, west together. And we want Nigerians to remain happy, you know, with the spirit, the way you've conducted yourself so far. I can assure you that the Nigerian government, the Nigerian private sector led by the Kakowit will reward you abundantly. But yeah, Kakowit is a coalition of private sector people. Before we landed, Femi Otedola himself, who is also a member of Kakowit, has asked me to tell you that if you lift the trophy, he has in the bank for you Naira equivalent again of $250,000. This is just the beginning, and I can assure you that if you win your round of 16 games, I'm sure if I have the opportunity of coming again, I'm sure maybe one or two members of Kakowit will come again and make another promise. And you are aware, I mean, I'm sure, I think Alan came here and also made a promise of 50 million naira. If you win the trophy, so you can see Nigerians are coming out and are beginning to say that because you are making them happy, because the unity that we deserve through the game, that you are making Nigerians really see this unity, that you will continue to be rewarded. Then most importantly is that you should take this as service to your nation.
They have displayed serious maturity and serious unity. And we can assure you that going out on the field of play today, money is good, we know, but they know how committed they are. You know, self-commitment is much more important than the money thing. Definitely money will take care of a whole lot of things. Because playing for a national team, we don't have any other country to play for. But, you know, when we fly the flag of our country, we know what it means to us when we go out there. We made a reference to Ghana's game yesterday. This Nations Cup that is going on, the standard is so high. So they are promising you now, I'm also promising you that they will not leave any stone unturned. They will try as much as possible to keep putting smiles on our faces. As you can see, they are hungry and they want to go for glory.
Really hungry and ready to go for the gold. That's what is important for Coach Augustine Egwavo. And of course, money is really not an issue. The players are well motivated to win the trophy.
Now, I like that message coming from the coach of the Super Eagles, interim coach. That is, all right, we're still in the Nigerian camp. We saw a full debut for Umar Sadiq That was against Guinea-Bissau. And I'm sure you saw all of the abuse he was getting, after missing a couple of chances. But eventually went on to score the first goal for Nigeria, set Nigeria in motion to win that game. Before I get your thoughts on his performance, Umar Sadiq has been reflecting on his AFCON experience.
For me, it's a special moment for me and for my family, and thank you for supporting us and keep supporting the Super Eagles. Yeah, I told you I'm calm always because whenever I'm playing, I see I have one chance. I know the second one will come, the third one will come. I just have to keep being me, believing in myself, and that's it. The coach is trying to help every one of us, and most especially me and Juan Khalid. And this is our first call up to Super Eagles. And, we just trying to put ourselves more into the group with humbleness, and I'm loyal and I want to learn more, so it's a special feeling for me being with these lads.
It's always a special feeling to play for your country, and that's the message coming from Sadiq Umar. What do you make of his performances so far?
For me, it's not as bad as maybe because of the way I'm looking at it. For me, I don't think there's anything this young man needs to prove. Maybe at the national team level, he's been to the Olympics. He's shown what he is, what he's made of, what he could do with time. And most of Nigerian strikers, especially, that I can remember, have always had some challenges adapting. Because before Odion also became the talk of whose name is on every lip, especially where that with Nigerians were missing because he didn't go. He too also struggled. I think the coach, the onus is on the coach and the psychologist of the team to work on him to make sure that he fits in properly. But you can't fault some of his moves. He just needs some encouragement, and I feel, I'm one of those who feel he will come good with time.
You'd rather encourage Sadiq than kick him, right? Which is what's been done on social media.
Yes, I will encourage him than kick him, because I feel that the person he needs to listen to most is the coach. As long as he listens to the coach, and the coach knows why he keeps fielding him. You gave him some minutes in the first 2 games and gave him a full debut, starting. Gave him his first starting shirts in the last game. I think that's good. That's good. It will come good with time. He needs to be consistent, and he needs to just focus on his game.
All right, then. All right, so all the best to the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the game against the Cote Eagles of Tunisia in the round of 16. That's going to be on Sunday. Hopefully, when we come back on Monday, we'll be talking about quarterfinal sports. Fingers crossed, we'll see how it pans out. Okay, that's it for the AFCON segment. Like we said at the start of it, Comoros celebrations across Moroni. They qualified for the round of 16 on their debut. When we come back, we'll be moving on to other things on the show. Welcome back to Channel Sport this month.
Okay, I was eager to actually see the celebrations from, the Comoros. Actually, a sight to be something I really wanted to see. The wild celebration, the scenes was amazing, really. I really want to see that.
When we celebrate, especially football fans, all they need to do is the first thing, they leave their homes, especially if they were watching it or wherever. Outside, they go straight to the streets and they keep working until when they realize that where are we? Let's go back home. We've been celebrating. So that's how. That's what it is, it's unique, really. It's peculiar to us. I must say, I remember there was one too at Freetown when Sierra Leoneans also. And we saw one also in Blantyre when the Flames also got there. And this one in Cameroon, fantastic. Great. Good one. One of the talking points for me, major talking points during this festival is that we will talk about how some cities were set alight, by what the national teams did.
All right, we're moving on from AFCON final, of course. Let's talk about the 4 continents. Don't forget that they are trying to qualify for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, taking place in Costa Rica later in the year. For the Falconets right now, they are in Douala in Cameroon, where they will be facing Cameroon for the fourth-round first leg qualifier. And, of course, the Falconets, they've scored 15 goals so far in 3 games. Same 23-woman squad that he's been using, the same players that will be facing Cameroon. The return leg is going to be on the 5th in Lagos. So for Cameroon, I mean, the last time they played was actually in October, simply because their rivals, the DR Congo, did not, Gabon withdrew. They withdrew from it, so they couldn't play. But then they were able to play some other qualifiers, some other friendly games. They won 1-4-0. They won another one 5-0. So they scored 9 goals in between that. So waiting for the Falconets on Saturday. We'll see what's going to happen, because after this round, over 2 legs, they'll have the final round before they qualify for Costa Rica later in the year. All right, guys, I wish the Falconets all the best in Douala tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move away from the Falconets and quickly talk about Nigeria Professional Football League match day 8. Obviously, will get us talking. But before that, some games that were decided on Thursday. We'll just take a look at the results coming from that one. The game between Remo Stars and Abia Warriors. Remo Stars winning, so remain unbeaten. Okay.
Back on top as well.
Back on top. And Kwara United and Kano Pillars. Kwara beat Kano Pillars by a lone goal. And Heartland and Rangers will be played later today at 4 p.m. And for match day 8 fixtures, we'll quickly run through that. Aqua United and Sunshine Stars will be in action. Kano Pillars and MFM. MFM lost at home to Rivers United 3-1. Now they're traveling to the north. Gombe United and Niger Tornadoes will also be in action. Lobby Stars and Eyimba, Nasarawa United and Katsina, Rivers United and Heartland, Shooting Stars versus Kwara United. That game has been postponed because of the death of their general manager, Rashid Balogun. As a result, the game will not hold. That's according to news reports reaching us from the city of Ibadan. Jide, which one gets you talking? Is Remo Stars remain unbeaten, or we just take a look at some of the fixtures for this weekend, especially one of the big games we'll obviously we're looking forward to is Aqua United and Sunshine Stars, Kano Pillars, MFM. Which one are you picking?
Well, for Kano Pillars versus MFM, I think the Kano Pillars all they need to do, they need to prove to their fans that they are for real. This season, they've been inconsistent, really. They don't have that magic. I don't know what's been happening to them. And it's good that maybe this is a 3 points they must go out for, especially for a team. They are equally meeting a team that is struggling too in MFM. MFM, I can't remember the last time they lost they are losing now in Lagos.
Rough patch.
A rough patch, and I'm not sure it's going to end soon, especially traveling and playing a team that also needs it for life. They need to stay in top form too.
Okay.
That would be for me. I'll give it to Kano Pillars. And Aqua United versus Sunshine Stars. That's another interesting one. Sunshine, I didn't give it to them. They are just like Heartland. They have some challenges, but it's not really reflecting like I would expect on the field. And I know it's difficult, very difficult for them to pick 3 points in Rio, but I know good football is what they will serve, and I'm going to give it to Aqua United, no doubt about that.
Okay.
Rivers United, it seems to be doing well too. After that victory back home, they picked it. That's how you show that you are in contention for the title. Travel well, get back to home, and also do the job. And the earlier they realize, because they've got quality side.
Yeah.
In fact, the recruitment for this year was done silently without noise, and it's reflecting so far. Aside from the fact that Remo is topping, I feel it's going to be this title might be between Rivers and one other team. I'm not still sure whether Remo can sustain this, but I know that it's for Rivers United to lose, really, this season.
So Rivers for you are the favorites for the MPFL. We'll see.
I'm looking at it's looking like it.
All right, guys.
It's looking like it.
Okay, that's it for the Nigerian Professional Football League. You can always join us on Monday for a comprehensive review of the games that will go down this weekend. Let's move on with the show now, Cecilia.
Quickly touch down on NWFL, the incident that we talked about, FC Robo and Delta Queens. The story reaching us is the fact that Nigerian Women's Football League are trying to get enough evidence to see what's going to happen in that game. And according to reports, is the fact that, well, at the blast of the first half whistle, some fans actually entered the pitch. And of course, I mean, after that, so some fans, and that's the whistle right there. And after that, the fans entered the pitch, were obviously not happy with what was going on the field. And that's why the NWFL is trying to look at the incident. And in the coming days, we'll obviously see what's going to happen. But the police that were there tried as much as possible to handle the situation. And second half, started without any other issues. Just at the end of first half, that's when this incident happened, and the game was finished. It wasn't abandoned, according to some report, but it was finished. They had a final whistle, and it ended goalless. But this incident, NWFL is looking into it. We need to go on a break. When we come back, of course, we'll be talking about the the EFL Cup, where Liverpool are through to the finals. Yeah, quickly talk about the EFL Cup, where Liverpool are through to the finals. It's the 13th time they will be reaching the finals. The last time they reached the final was 2016, but then they're seeking for a record 9 times. Can they do that, becoming the first team to do that? And now, the game, it ended 2-0. Of course, it was all about the wonderful, wild Diogo Jota. Diogo Jota. 2 goals. First half and second half, he sealed it for them. Partey came to the party late, but then he got sent off after coming on. He just finished playing for Ghana, and then he ran to the Emirates. Yeah. He wanted to play, but then he didn't spend much time on the field.
But it's not, professional football is not really funny. It's what we look at times is the money that comes from it. But the work that most of these players put in, you just wonder how a player will finish a game on the continent in Cameroon on Wednesday, and on Thursday he was already back in London playing for his team. Unfortunately, it didn't end well for him. I don't know what Arteta was thinking, that he had to field the young man, really. That did do really justice. The tackle actually, that shows that it wasn't really settled. But what Arteta had done really was it wasn't good for the psychology of that player. But the game has been won and lost already. Okay. Already it will be Chelsea-Liverpool final. So we must say that is it. Arsenal had thought that this was them to take, especially when they had a very decent result in the first leg where it ended goalless. But you knew that Liverpool were a good customer as usual this season. They will hurt you when it matters most, and that's what we saw yesterday.
All right, so it's going to be Liverpool taking on Chelsea in the final at Wembley. That's going to be on Sunday, February the 27th. We'll see how that game pans out. Cecilia, let's get on with it.
Okay, quickly touch down on La Liga, what's happening there. The fact that you don't have Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have La Liga anymore. Yeah. It's still there because they are marking 5 years of global fan engagement and international growth. La Liga started an internationalization drive. It's taking entertainment by emotions, and fans all over the world are still watching despite not having Ronaldo and Messi, as I mentioned earlier. But the Spanish elite governing body said it's grooming more stars that would actually made people to want to watch the La Liga more, especially having more fans in Nigeria. Let's just listen to them, what they have to say concerning this. Of course, we'll get this reaction quickly before we move to Australian Open.
I mean, Maradona, Ronaldo, and all that. I mean, they were very strong, and I mean, everybody was hearing of them. Then when Messi and Ronaldo came, we were hearing of them. Now, we have, some impressive players, great players that are coming up now, in which, you are going to be hearing their name. You have been hearing their name, but because people are used to just Messi and Ronaldo, that's why. And I believe, we have, those players that Ansu Fati, we have Pedri, we have Vinicius, Junior. You can see what he is doing, and You're going to be hearing all those names. I mean, La Liga is not, I mean, just a few players. La Liga is, I mean, bunch, and I mean, a lot of, I mean, good players that are really doing well in the world. They've been used to a specific group of players. They've used a specific rivalry over the past 10 years, and not seeing that again, it's kind of like someone you've been used to for like 10 years, and all of a sudden, the person, you don't see them anymore, you're going to feel kind of like let down and all. But however, what we want to guarantee our fans is we are working really hard, and we believe, we know that in a year or 2 years' time, you're going to be seeing bigger players, more players being signed, and more competitiveness coming to La Liga. And the rivalry is never going to go away.
The rivalry obviously will still be there because you have Barcelona and Real Madrid. As long as you have both clubs, and also Atletico Madrid, the rivalry will still be there. But we're looking for that star that will sell La Liga to everyone more. The grooming youngsters.
It is different without Messi and Ronaldo. That's just a factor because those two guys are generational talents.
Again, the global appeal.
Exactly.
It still affects to an extent. It's seasonal. Of course, some players come and go and all that.
No, this guy is a generational talent.
Yeah, it's seasonal. Some with time, but just like most of the clubs are facing. And it's the global appeal, it's what will be affected most, especially for fans who are used to, there's a difference between fans who are watching those teams globally, who are actually watching because of this particular player. And those who grow homegrown fans. I'm talking about home fans now. Those who are, whether there is no Messi or no Ronaldo, they're going to stuck with their team, exactly, stick there and hold on to the... So it's two battles they will be fighting. They're trying to improve their team as the local fans back home are asking for them to beef up the team, and also getting top players so that the league can be very appealing to global fans, too, those watching around.
Perhaps Kylian Mbappe will be that guy, but still fingers crossed about...
Erling Haaland.
Who knows, yeah. So, I mean, I was going to ask you to, if you've seen any player out there that is likely to step in the shoes of Ronaldo and Messi in terms of bringing that global appeal to the
right
Liga.
now, there's still...
No, just come on. Mbappe, Haaland, right?
Haaland, yeah. Those are the guys people are prepping now.
All right, guys, let's quickly go down under. There you go, that's the confirmation. The Pelicans are defeated the New York Knicks 102-91. The Suns are 109-101 over the Mavs, while the Indiana Pacers defeated the Warriors as the Golden State Warriors 121-117.
Give away 21 turnovers.
Yeah, despite Steph Curry scoring 39 points in that victory. Steph Curry is our lone top performer in the NBA games played this morning. All right, so that's it for the NBA. Let's get on and take a look at what the papers are saying.
And before we do that, I think we'll just take some mails, right? This one is coming from Nagudo. He said, my dream remains the same. The Super Eagles will lift AFCON, God's willing. And he went on to say that with the way Ghana and Nigeria limited the group stages of AFCON and the way unpopular footballing nations are playing is simply showing how football is developing in Africa. No nation should be underrated. Write it down. Nigeria will defeat Tunisia mercilessly.
I don't know where that confidence is coming from.
Okay, he's asking us why we are not showing telecasts of live matches of Super Eagles of AFCON. We are a news and sports station, so there's so much to give you. Accommodation, I want to commend the Super Eagles of Nigeria for making us proud. This is coming from Ambassador Wanfo, for making us proud so far in all matches. I pray that they soar higher in subsequent one. And Ezekiel says that the battle of the Eagles is going to be tough, one especially for Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is a fierce test for Iguavoin and the boys at this moment of the competition. No team can be underrated. Prayers going out for the entire team. And this coming from Unjoko. He says, I so love it that we are playing Tunisia at this stage. Austin Tunisians will send a clear message that we are in Cameroon for a big prize and nothing less. It will equally be a big boost to the psyche of the boys, Niger for life. And Yaki says, in the history of football, Nigeria has beaten Tunisia more. Judging from the present form of the Eagles, I believe they will carry the day on Sunday. And Yanusi Adamu says, quickly, this will be the last one I'm going to be taking. I'm so much optimistic that we will, by the grace of God, win our next match. Okay, so look at the papers quickly.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'll start with a complete sport right here. Complete sport, yes. Eagles to meet Tunisia. Okay, we already talked about that in the round of 16. And we are doing the talking on the pitch. That's according to Austin Eguava. And I'm looking at a complete sport. That's what we are reviewing right now. And a complete sport also, it will be, I want to win AFCON like Okocha. Interesting. Yeah, his cousin won it and he wants to win it. Olayinka says it was a dream come true. That's him making a full debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Our eyes fixated on bringing glory to Nigeria. That's according to NFF President Maju Pinnick. Modric rejects Man City contract offer and PSG sure of appointing Zidane as coach. Atletico won't sell Suarez in January. Dembele unleashes attack on Barcelona. This saga is not going anywhere. Tire Sporting Life.
Sporting Life, FG2 Eagles are winning trophy and share $250,000. Talked about that already. There's also Moses Simon, of course, saying what every Super Eagles player is saying out there. AFCON title is a target. We also have a story concerning Eden Hazard. Chelsea willing to meet current Hazard's asking price. Very interesting. Actually, incidentally, scored the winning goal for Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey yesterday against Elche. Also, the Carthage Eagles to face Nigeria on Sunday. Talked about already. Olders, that's the Algeria crashing out of the tournament as well. Manchester United City, better placed than Chelsea to sign Declan Rice.
All right, and the final one in Sporting Sun here. And John Ogu says, Ian Acho cried so hard for 2019 AFCON miss. And that's why he's doing everything possible to ensure that, help his team to win this one. That's Sporting Sun this morning. And of course, Chelsea will only move for Hazard if, find out the details of that, Sporting Sun. But Jide, I want to thank you so much for coming on the program.
It's always a pleasure here.
You're confident about that game on Sunday, right?
Yeah, Super Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Just like the males, that's the spirit.
You can put some money on that.
Really, the guys will come out.
They'll come on top.
Okay.
Thanks to Kakovic.
Okay.
Oh dear. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. I am Tayo Salam. Catch you again on Monday.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a fantastic weekend.